So a bit of ground to make up for you cribbagers, but lots of points in the air in round 4, the Missing Vowels round, because here, if the teams can tell me what are the disguise clues from which we remove the vowels and respace the consonants, I will give them a point, but if they give me a wrong answer, I'll take a point away. Fingers on buzzers then, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all ABBA songs. Cribbagers?
Dancing Queen.
Correct. Gunners?
Mamma Mia.
Yes, it is. Cribbagers?
Do it, do it, do it.
Not it, I'm afraid. You lose a point. Gunners, do you know?
I do.
Correct. Next clue. Gunners?
SOS.
I feel this one's cheating, but yes. Next category, green things. Gunners?
Kermit the Frog.
Correct. Gunners?
Renewable energy.
Well done. Gunners?
Jealous person.
Yes, indeed. Cribbagers?
Grot bags.
There she is. Next category, two soups. Gunners?
Gazpacho and minestrone.
Yes, it is. Cribbagers?
Vichyssoise and Cullen skink.
I'll take that pronunciation. I'd say Vichyssoise and Cullen skink, but you know the soups. Next clue. Gunners?
Chowder and Basque.
Not a soup, I'm afraid. Cribbagers, do you know?
Chowder and bisque.
And bisque is what I'm looking for. No time to shout broth and mulligatawny, as people do in my dreams, because that is the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores. So you've got a bit of catching up to do, but of course there are lots of points in round 4, and I will take points away for wrong answers, so anything can happen. Fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group are all aphrodisiacs. Roadies?
Chocolate.
Correct. Stitches?
Ginseng.
Apparently so. Stitches?
Horny goatweed.
I don't believe it exists, but you get the point. Roadies?
Watermelon.
Apparently an aphrodisiac. Next category, musicals and their protagonists. Stitches?
Evita and Ava Peron.
Yes, it is. Stitches?
Cabaret and Sally Bowles.
Indeed. Stitches?
Annie and Annie.
Very good musicals knowledge. Stitches?
The Sound of Music and Maria von Trapp.
Correct. Next category, cookery books by Nigella Lawson. Roadies?
Nigella Bites.
Correct. Stitches?
How to be a Domestic Goddess.
Of course. Roadies? No, it's a tricky one. I'm afraid you lose a point. Stitches, do you know? Nigellissima. Next clue. No, this was the recent one. Cook, eat, repeat. That's it. It's the end of round 4. And looking at the final scores. So it's a bit of a close one going into the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all tennis code violations. Antiphons?
Leaving the court.
Correct. Antiphons?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Quite right. Antiphons?
Double obscenity.
I don't think that's an official violation, I'm afraid, so I must take a point away. Drop of red, do you know?
Audible obscenity.
That is the problem. Next clue. Drop of red?
Coaching.
Correct. Next group, captains played by Tom Hanks and the films in which he played them. Drop of red?
Oh, good.
No, that's too long, I'm afraid. I must take a point away. Antiphons, do you know?
Captain Miller and Saving Private Ryan.
Correct. Next clue. Antiphons?
Captain Lovell and Apollo 13.
Yes, it is. Drop of red?
Captain Phillips and Captain Phillips.
Indeed. Emoticons.
Captains Sullenberger and Sully.
Yes, it is. Next category, landmarks named after presidents. Top of red.
Pompidou Centre.
Correct. That's it. It's the end of the quiz. And what an exciting final round. Points flying about like a Quidditch match. Looking at the final scores. So it's a close run thing, close scores. It will be decided in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, all of you. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all animals on notes from the Royal Bank of Scotland. Suncatchers.
Mackerel.
Correct. Thrifters.
Red squirrel.
Yes, it is. Thrifters.
Osprey.
Correct. Suncatchers.
Otter.
Yes, it is. Next category, a cheese and a biscuit. Thrifters.
Cheddar and cream cracker.
Correct. Suncatchers.
Stilton and water biscuit.
Well done. Thrifters.
Brie and rich tea.
Delicious. Suncatchers.
Camembert and chocolate digestive.
My favourite. Next category, titles of James Bond films missing one word. Suncatchers.
The man with the gun.
Yes, it is. Thrifters.
4 eyes only.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers.
The world is enough.
Correct. Suncatchers.
No.
Well done. Next category, obsolete occupations. Thrifters.
Scullery maid.
I still need one. Suncatchers.
Cigarette girl.
Correct. Thrifters.
Cupbearer.
You're right. But that's it. It's the end of the quiz. Some high-scoring fast fingers in that round. So, we're up for a nice tense round 4. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all hooks. Isotopes?
Hook of Holland.
Correct. Academicals?
Captain James Hook.
Yes, it is. Academicals?
Right hook.
Yes, it is. Isotopes?
Butcher's Hook.
Yes, it is. The next group are lines. Isotopes?
Mason-Dixon line.
Correct. Too tricky. This is East Coast Main Line. Next clue. Academicals?
Line of duty.
Yes, it is. Isotopes?
The Equator.
Correct. Next category, thinkers. Isotopes?
Socrates.
Yes. Isotopes?
Galileo Galilei.
Yes, it is. Academical?
Aristotle.
Correct. Isotopes?
Confucius.
Yes. Next category, fish food. Isotopes?
Fish finger sandwich.
Well spotted. Isotopes?
Clam chowder.
Lovely. That is the end of the quiz, and it was a decisive round 4. Time for the Missing Vowels round teams. Fingers on the buzzers, please. I can tell you, the first group of disguise clues were all invented in Switzerland. Gardeners? Too long, I'm afraid. You must lose a point. Also Rands?
White chocolate.
Is correct. Also Rands?
Cellophane.
Yes, it was. Also Rands?
Muesli.
Very good. Also Rands?
The Red Cross.
It's like you are Swiss. The next group are words or phrases which end in a sport. Also Rands?
Ring fencing.
Correct. Also Rands?
Toe curling.
Yep. Also Rands?
Troubleshooting.
Yes, it is. Gardeners?
Upcycling.
Yes, well done. Next category. Animated films merged with rap artists. Also Rands?
Chicken Run DMC.
Yes, it is. Also Rans?
Beauty and the Beastie Boys.
Well done. Gardeners?
Inside Outcast.
I mean, what are these things? Yes. Gardeners?
Wall Easy.
Yeah, I guess, because I don't know about rappers. I mean, you might call it Easy, but I'll give you the point. Next category, they were all imprisoned on an island. Also Rans?
Nelson Mandela.
Of course. Too late to tell me any more because it's the end of the quiz and looking at the final score. We are going to play the Missing Vowels round now, so fingers on buzzers please teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all films that Quentin Tarantino considers perfect. Mercians?
Jaws.
Correct. Mercians?
Back to the Future.
Best film of all time. Mercians?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Possibly the worst film of all time. Mercians?
The Exorcist.
And The Exorcist. Next category, phrases about roads. Mercians?
Road to Damascus.
Yes, it is. Volunteers?
All roads lead to Rome.
That's it. Mercians?
Kick the can down the road.
That's it. Mercians?
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Very well done. Next category, they reunited. Mercians?
The Spice Girls.
Yes, they did. Mercians?
Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton.
Well done. Volunteers?
East Berlin and West Berlin.
Well done. Mercians?
Friends.
Correct. Next category, rhyming foods and food styles. Mercians?
Tex-Mex.
Yep. Mercians?
Curly Whirly.
Yes, it is. No time to give me the next answer, which was surf and turf, because that is the end of the quiz. And I can tell you that the winners, with a mind-blowing score of 36 points, are the Mercians. That is absolutely incredible. This is one of the best first heat performances I've ever seen, so very well done, all of you. I will look forward to seeing your progress later in the competition. But we are going to play the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams, I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all things you might find in a hotel room. Video nasties.
Minibar.
Yes. Nasties.
Espresso maker.
It's a fancy hotel. Nasties.
Egyptian cotton bed sheets.
Yes, it is. Nasties.
Ironing board.
Correct. Next category, islands and the cities on them. Solomon's family.
Manhattan and New York City.
Correct. Nasties.
Staten Island and New York City.
Yes, it is. Nasties.
Zealand and Copenhagen.
Correct. Solomon's.
Singapore and Singapore.
Well done. Next category, opposites of Pixar films. Solomon's.
Losing Nemo.
Correct. Solomon's.
Down.
Opposite of up. Nasties.
Cowardly.
Opposite of brave. Nasties.
Outside in.
Instead of inside out. Next category, Nigerian novels. Video nasties.
The Famished Road.
Yes, it is. Video nasties.
Half of the Yellow Sun.
Correct. That last one was Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe, but the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. And look at the final scores. Unfortunately, we still do need to send some people home, so let's decide it in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. The first group of disguise clues are all things that can be potted. Roadies.
Snooker balls.
Correct. Cribbages.
Shrimps.
Yes, they can. Cribbages.
History.
Correct. Cribbages.
Geraniums.
Well done. Next category, they can all be abbreviated to 3 letters. Cribbages.
Very important person.
VIP. Moody's.
Central Intelligence Agency.
CIA. Cribbages.
British.
I'm afraid that's not right. You must lose a point. Roadies, do you know?
Be right back.
No, it's barbecue. BBQ. Next clue. Don't know this one. It's laughing out loud or LOL. Next category. They are all long, thin things. Cribbages.
Spaghetti.
Correct. Roadies.
Drain pipes.
Yes. Cribbages.
Double bass strings.
Correct. Roadies.
Cleopatra's Needle.
Correct. Next category, names of podcasts. Roadies.
The Guilty Feminist.
Correct. You don't know this one? It's Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast. Next clue. Roadies. I'll save you from yourself if you were about to shout, "My dad wrote a porno." That would have been the right answer, but the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. And after a very hotly contested final round, I can tell you we have an incredibly close score. One team has 23 points, one team has 24 points. The winners with 24 points and staying in the competition are the Roadies. Very, very well done to you. Cribbages. I mean, it couldn't have been closer. Helen, that was an incredible performance from you because you dropped a point, but then powered back. I mean, you can't do more than be 1 point behind if you're going home. Thank you so much for playing. What an exciting one, and that is the end. So there's a little gap, but not very much. I suspect we may have another tense close match on our hands. Fingers on buzzers teams for the Missing Vowels round. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all things with wings. Suncatchers?
The White House.
It does have wings. Suncatchers?
Antebellum? No, sorry.
Not it, I'm afraid you lose a point. Drop a red, do you know? No, it's a netball team. Wing attack, wing defence and so on. Suncatchers?
Paul McCartney.
Correct. Drop of red.
Century Walls.
That is missing an L, and I'm afraid you lose a point. Suncatchers, do you know?
Sanitary towels.
Sanitary towels have wings sometimes. Next category, people born in Yorkshire in the 1930s. Suncatchers?
David Hockney.
Yes, he was. Suncatchers?
Alan Bennett.
Correct. Suncatchers?
Judi Dench.
Very good. Suncatchers?
Fred Freeman.
What a generation. Next category, things that are seen at the seaside. Drop of red.
Amusement arcade.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers?
Esplanade.
Correct. Drop of red.
T-shirts.
Correct. That's it. It's the end of the quiz, and looking at the final scores. Missing vowels time. Teams, fingers on the buzzers, please. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues all form the curious category of normal men. Gardeners?
Joe Bloggs.
Yes, it is. Gardeners?
Paul Mescal.
From normal people. Well done. Academicals?
Henry Norman.
Yes, it is. Gardeners?
The Man on the Clapham Omnibus.
Correct. Next category, innocent men. Academicals?
Billy Joel.
Of course. Gardeners?
Pip Innocent.
Not a person, I'm afraid. Academicals, do you know?
Pope Innocent.
It's Pope Innocent. Next clue. Gardeners?
Alfred Dreyfus.
Of the Dreyfus Affair. Well done. Academicals?
Andy Frierson.
Not correct, I'm afraid. You lose a point. Gardeners, do you know? It's Andy Dufresne from The Shawshank Redemption. Next category, one woman and her dog. Don't know this one. It's Carrie, Johnson and Dylan. Next clue. Academicals?
Lorraine and Hacker.
I'm afraid no.
Lauren and Hacker.
They're apparently a well-known pair from the internet. That is the end of the quiz, and looking at the final score. We will now decide who stays in the competition and who goes home by playing the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group of disguise clues are all things that people who don't like maths have nightmares about. Volunteers.
Trigonometry.
Correct. Volunteers.
Simultaneous equations.
Yes. Solomon's.
Quadratic equations.
Yes, it is. Solomon's family.
Maths teachers.
Correct. Next category, reference books. Solomon's is?
Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes, it is. Solomon's?
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Correct. Volunteers?
Old Moore's Almanac.
Well done. Solomon's is?
Guinness World Records.
Correct. Next category, things called Go. Solomon's is?
Board game.
Correct. Solomon's is?
No, sorry.
No, you lose a point. Volunteers, do you know?
Pokemon game.
A Pokemon game. Next clue. Volunteers?
5 in Japanese.
Yes, it is. Solomon's is?
The starting square in Monopoly.
Very well done. Next category, attractions at the fun fair. Volunteers?
Helter Skelter.
Correct. Solomon's is?
Hall of Mirrors.
Yes, it is. Volunteers?
Waltzer.
Of course. That is the end of the quiz. What a good round 4. You're all very good at this. Time for the Missing Vowels round. We've taken clues, we've taken out the vowels, you remember the rules. Fingers on buzzers, please, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all good films. Stitches?
Good Will Hunting.
That's it. Stitches?
Goodfellas.
Yes, it is. Stitches?
As Good as It Gets.
Well done. Gunners?
Good Morning Vietnam.
That's it. Next category, great films. Gunners?
The Great Escape.
Yes, it is. Stitches?
The Great Detector.
Not a film, I'm afraid. Gunners, do you know?
The Great Dictator.
Dictator is the Chaplin film. Next clue. More obscure one, this. The Great Outdoors. Next clue. Gunners.
The Great Gatsby.
Yes, indeed. Next category, things you might see on the lock screen of a mobile phone. Gunners.
Padlock.
Yes. Stitches.
Time and Date.
Yes, you do. Gunners.
Favourite child.
Some people do. Gunners.
Battery life.
And battery life. Next category, other names for a dandelion. Gunners.
Lion's tooth.
Yes, it is. Priest's Crown was that dandelion name, but the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. But don't worry, antiphons, because points will soon be flying all over the place in the Missing Vowels round, where you can lose points as well as gaining them. Fingers on buzzers, please. I can tell you the first group of disguised clues are all hoppers. Thrifters.
Grasshopper.
Correct. Thrifters.
Dennis Hopper.
Yes, it is. Thrifters.
Peter Rabbit.
Yep. Thrifters.
Child playing hopscotch.
Yes, it is. Next category, skippers. Thrifters.
Harry Kane.
Yep. Thrifters.
Captain Pugwash.
Yes, it is. Antiphons.
Skipper Roberts.
Yes, it is. Me neither. Next clue. Thrifters.
Child skipping school.
As if that ever happened.
Never.
Next group is jumpers. Thrifters.
Greg Rutherford.
Yes, he is. Thrifters.
Pull over.
Well spotted. Antiphons.
Tom Stoppard play.
Called jumpers, exactly so. Antiphons.
Child on trampoline.
Well done. The next group, phrases involving insects. Antiphons.
Fly in the ointment.
Correct. Thrifters.
Ants in your pants.
Yep. Antiphons.
A bee in your bonnet.
Giving the right answer as the bell went off. It is bee in your bonnet, so you get that point. But looking at the final scores. But we are going to apply ourselves to the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all things and what they have 8 of. Also rounds.
Spider and legs.
Correct. Isotopes.
Octave and notes.
Well done. Isotopes.
Rugby union team and forwards.
Apparently so. Also rounds.
Indefatigability and syllables.
Very well done. Next group, they were taxi drivers. Also rounds.
Philip Glass.
Correct. Also rounds.
Danny Glover.
Correct. Also rounds.
Fred Housego.
Of course. Also rounds.
Larry David.
Apparently so. Next group, titles held by the Pope. Also rounds.
Vicar of Jesus Christ.
Indeed. Also rounds.
Supreme Pontiff.
Yes, he is. Also rounds.
Primate of Italy.
That's right. Also rounds.
Servant of the servants of God.
Must take so long to sign letters. Next group, Pulitzer Prize. But we will not have another group because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. We're going to play the Missing Vowels round now, teams, trying to get to that quarter-final. Fingers on buzzers. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all artists who painted the River Thames. Nasties?
Claude Monet.
Correct. Mercians?
James Whistler.
Yes, it was. Video Nasties?
Canaletto.
Correct. Mercians?
Stanley Spencer.
Well done. Next group, Ross Kemp TV shows. Mercians?
Ross Kemp in Afghanistan.
There's one you've seen. Mercians?
Ross Kemp in Search of Pirates.
Yes, it is. I mean, you don't know this one? The Millennium Dome heist with Ross Kemp. Next clue. Video Nasties?
EastEnders.
Of course. Next category, places where people get married. Mercians?
Westminster Abbey.
Yes. Mercians?
Las Vegas.
Correct. Mercians?
Synagogue.
Yes, it is. Video Nasties?
Gretna Green.
Correct. Next category, collections of poems for young people. Mercians?
Now We Are Six.
Correct. Video Nasties?
Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats.
That's right. Mercians?
Revolting Rhymes.
Coming in with the correct answer as the bell goes off, you will get the point for Revolting Rhymes. So it's quite a narrow gap that can change. In the Missing Vowels round, fingers on buzzers teams, I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues all share their names with boroughs of London. Antiphons?
Hackney cabs.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers?
Ealing comedies.
Correct. Antiphons?
Lambeth Walk.
Very good. Suncatchers?
Sutton Hoo.
Well done. Next category, birds and places associated with them. Suncatchers?
Ravens and the Tower of London.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers.
Canaries and Norwich.
Correct. Suncatchers.
Penguins and Antarctica.
Indeed. Suncatchers.
Albatrosses and golf courses.
Well done. Next category, they go back and forth. Suncatchers.
Newton's cradle.
Correct. Suncatchers.
Wrecking ball.
Correct. Antiphons.
Hypnotist's pocket watch.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers.
Is it Foucault's pendulum?
Yes, it is. Next category, they are all banned on British Airways. Suncatchers.
Baseball bats.
Baseball bats is right, banned on British Airways. I myself was the next clue. But there's no time for another clue because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. You are all quizzing really well, and I've got to say, I'm going to be very sad at the end of this show that any of you have to go home. But sadly, 3 of you must, and we will decide that in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all things that appear on Canadian coins. Stitches.
Polar bear.
Yes, it does. Stitches.
Beaver.
Correct. Stitches.
Maple leaf.
Indeed so. Roadies.
Common loon.
Well done. Next category, a type of tea merged with an actor or actress. Roadies.
Darjeeling Red Bergman.
Very well done. Roadies.
Samantha Martin.
I wanted to hear a Samantha Morton, but I think there is an actor called Samantha Martin, so you can have the point. Next clue. Stitches.
Chamomile Cyrus.
Yes, it is. Stitches.
English breakfast Stephen Beecham.
Not an actor, I'm afraid. Roadies, do you know? You went for some guy. It's English breakfast Stephanie Beecham.
Oh, sorry.
Next category, 2 numbers that multiply to make 54. Stitches.
9 and 6.
Yes, they do. Roadies.
2 and 27.
Correct. But no more missing vowel maths because it's the end of the quiz and looking at the final score. But teams, you are very close in points. You all deserve to stay in the contest, but only 3 of you can. Let's find out which 3. Fingers on buzzers. The first group of missing vowel clues are all great animals. Solomon's.
Great white shark.
Correct. Solomon's.
Great spotted woodpecker.
Yep. Solomon's.
Great crested newt.
Yes, it is. Video nasties.
Elephant.
It's just a great animal. Next category, a baker and a baker. Solomon's.
Josephine Baker and Paul Hollywood.
Well done. Solomon's.
Chet Baker and Mr. Kipling.
Correct. Video nasties.
Cheryl Baker and Mrs. Lovett.
Yes, it is. Video nasties.
Ginger Baker and Greggs.
Well done. Next group, things people buy at petrol stations. Video nasties.
Screen wash.
Yes, it is. Nasties.
Cheap sunglasses.
Correct. Solomon's.
Microwavable hamburger.
Well done. Nasties.
Boiled sweets.
Yeah. Next category, books set in Dublin. Nasties.
The Commitment.
Correct. Solomon's.
Conversations with friends.
Correct. It's the end of the quiz, and looking at the final scores, just 1 point decides who stays and who goes. The winners with 25 points are the Video Nasties. Solomon's family, you finished with 24. I am so sorry. I love your team, and I'm very, very sorry to see you go. Thank you for playing. Video Nasties, more brilliant quizzing from you. We look forward to seeing you later on in the series. But now we will decide who goes to the quarterfinal and who goes home in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you, good luck. The first group are all sustainable modes of transport merged with musical acts. Isotopes?
Electric Cardi B.
Brilliant. Isotopes?
Bendy Buster Rhymes.
Congratulations. Gardeners?
Trainy Winehouse.
You're a genius. Gardeners?
Segway.
I'm afraid I have to take a point away. Isotopes, do you know?
Seg Waylon Jennings.
And that's the end of that group. Next category, firefighters. Gardeners?
Simon Sam.
That's him. Isotopes?
Red Adair.
That's him. Isotopes?
Steve Buscemi.
Used to be a firefighter. Isotopes?
Cuthbert Dibble and Grub.
There they are. Next category, what's black and white and red all over? Gardeners?
Newspaper.
Correct. Isotopes?
Sunburnt Penguin.
Correct. Isotopes?
The Communist Manifesto.
Yep. Gardeners?
Newcastle United's parrot covered in ketchup.
Unfortunately for you, you'd need 2 R's in the middle for parrot. Oh. It's a Newcastle United supporter covered in ketchup. I mean, I'd have taken it if the consonants were right. But the quiz is over. Viewers will be relieved to know. So it is painfully close going into the Missing Vowels round. There'll no doubt be some kind of horrible result here where a tiny error means doom for some of you. But never mind, there's no prize anyway. You're all brilliant. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of Missing Vowels clues are all big red things. Suncatchers?
Bars.
Correct. Gunners?
Chambers Dictionary.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers?
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Well done. Gunners?
Double-decker bus.
Yes, it is. Next category, questions asked in the game Guess Who? Suncatchers?
Does your person wear glasses?
That's right. Suncatchers?
Is your person a man?
Correct. Gunners?
Does your man have ginger hair?
I'm going to be a silly question to ask in Guess Who, but yes. Suncatchers?
Is your man Joseph?
It's the modern version of Guess Who, where Joseph has ginger hair. Next category, famous finders and what they found. Gunners?
Howard Carter and the Tomb of Tutankhamun.
Well played. Suncatchers?
No.
No, I'm afraid I must take a point away. Gunners, do you know? I don't blame you. It's Mary Anning and a plesiosaurus skeleton. Next clue. Gunners?
Basil Brown and Sutton Hoo.
Well done. And that's it. The bell has gone for the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, the Suncatchers have 17, the Gunners have 17. It's not the end of the quiz, it's tie-break time. One Missing Vowels clue will come up. I'm not going to give you a category. Captains only may buzz in and give me the answer. If you buzz in with the correct answer, that's it, you've taken your team to the semi-finals. If you buzz in with the wrong answer, automatically the other team wins by default. So good luck. Your tie-break clue is coming up now. Suncatchers?
By the skin of your teeth.
Is the right answer. Well done, Ben, and a small reprieve for your nervous teammate Charlotte, who worried about dropping a point. Absolutely brilliant. You are through to the semi-final. Gunners, you were a brilliant team and you just could not have come closer. I can tell you it's worse to go out miles behind thinking you should never have come. That close, just a tie-break point behind. Really unlucky, and thanks so much for all your brilliant playing so far. I don't like this kind of tension. I'm not in it for that. But if you are, join us again next week for Only Connect, the show that throws the rule book out the window and then runs outside and picks it up because rules make quizzing fun. Goodbye. Time now for the Missing Vowels Round. So fingers on buzzers, please, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all Andy Warhol's Campbell's soup cans from 1962. Thrifters?
Green pea.
Yes, it is. Thrifters?
Cheddar cheese.
Delicious. Thrifters?
Onion.
Yes, it is. Stitches?
Cream of asparagus.
Well done. Next category, works by Graham Greene merged with songs. Thrifters?
Brighton Rock Around the Clock.
That's it. I'll give you this one. Too late, I've started speaking. It's the third man-eater. Next clue. Thrifters?
The power and the glory of love.
Well done. Don't know this one, it's slightly ridiculous. England Made Me and Mrs. Jones. Next category, wars and their chroniclers. Stitches?
First World War and Wilfred Owen.
Yes, it is. Thrifters?
Gulf War and Andy McNab.
Right up there next to Wilfred Owen. Stitches?
Peloponnesian War and Thucydides.
Very well done. But no more brilliance because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. So it is a close race to the finish, a hotly contested tug of war for that place in the semi-final between two very deserving teams. I'm sorry any of you has to go, but three of you do. So fingers on buzzers, please. Teams, I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all items of tableware. Also, Rans?
Oyster knife.
Correct. Also, Rans?
Corn on the cob holder.
Well done. Video nasties?
Winkle picker.
Yes, it is. Nasties?
Tasting fork.
I'll take that answer. I was expecting toasting fork, but I think a tasting fork is also a thing. The next group are all not tableware. Also, Rans?
Tuning fork.
Well done. Nasties?
Flying saucer.
Correct. Also, Rans?
Crown green bowls.
Yes, it is. Also, Rans?
Tectonic plates.
Very well done. Next category, their surnames rhyme just about with supermarket names. Also, Rans?
Peter Capaldi.
And Aldi. Nasties?
Vanessa Hudgens.
And Budgeons. Video nasties.
Tom Marvolo Riddle.
And Little. No time to shout Johnny Marr and Spar because the bell has gone to the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, I mean, it's another very close game. Just a 1 point gap. One team has 22 points, one team has 23 points, and the team with 23 points going into the semi-final is the Also Rans. Very well played. Video nasties. I mean, it's better than a 20-point trouncing, but so frustrating, 1 point in it. I mean, what a great performance from all of you over the contest. Thank you so much for playing. And thank you for watching Only Connect, the show that takes no prisoners. Honestly, it doesn't. They're all here voluntarily. Goodbye. Time for the Missing Vowels Round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all chapters from The Wind in the Willows. Isotopes?
The riverbank.
Correct. Mercians?
The Wildwood.
Yes, it is. Mercians?
The piper at the gates of dawn.
Well done. Can't get this one. It's The Further Adventures of Toad. Next group, bands and their tribute acts. Mercians?
Abra and Bjorn again.
Yes, it is. Mercians?
Take that and fake that.
Yes, it is. Isotopes.
Steely Dan and Nearly Dan.
Well done. Isotopes.
Oasis and Noasis.
Yes, it is. Next category, phrases without end. Mercians.
World without.
Yes, it is. You'll figure out how this works. It's heaven forth without end. Mercians?
Around the B.
Well done. Mercians?
Make do and M.
Yes, it is. Next. But there are no new categories for that. Is the end of the quiz and looking at the final scores. So that all-important place in the third place playoffs will be decided in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all apparently random countries. Suncatchers?
Mongolia.
Correct. Thrifters?
Bolivia.
Correct. Suncatchers?
Austria.
Yes, it is. Thrifters?
Ethiopia.
Well done. Next category, what connects those apparently random countries? Thrifters?
They all have red on their flag.
Yes, they do. Thrifters?
They are all landlocked.
Correct. Suncatchers?
Their names all end with the same 2 letters.
Yes, they do. Thrifters?
They all border countries with 5-letter names.
And we've got to the end of that category. Next category, book titles with their words in alphabetical order. Thrifters?
Heights Wuthering.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers?
Chatterley's Lady Lover.
Well done. Thrifters?
And Lion, the Wardrobe Witch.
Well done. Thrifters?
Brave New World.
And Brave New World. Next category, a Greek deity and their weapon of choice. But we will not have that category. Zeus and his thunderbolt may leave the stage because the bell has gone. And at this point in the quiz, I can tell you that the Suncatchers have 20 points and the Thrifters have 20 points.
Oh, God.
So, the bell has delivered us a tie-break situation. You know what this means. Captains only will play a single clue. Teammates may not join in. I won't give you the category. If you buzz in with the correct answer, you will thus ferry your team to the final. If you buzz in cleverly with the wrong answer, congratulations, you take your team to the third place playoffs. So, fingers on buzzers, captains. Good luck. Here's your clue. Thrifters?
All's well that ends well.
And it does end well. Many congratulations. All's well for everybody because you Thrifters are in the final of this season of Only Connect and you Suncatchers have made the third place playoffs. I congratulate you all highly. There is no bad result at the end of this show. And how many did you get right this week? Really? And how many of those are sort of right, like you had an idea what the sequence might be, but you didn't come up with a fourth clue? And you still count that as a point, do you? You're letting yourself down. Goodbye. So a very hotly contested race for the all-important third place playoffs. Who will get stuck with the final instead? Let's find out in the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you the first group of disguise clues are all 4 rhyming words and what they are. Also rounds.
Warwick and Town.
Yes. Mercians?
Yorick and Shakespearean Jester.
That's it. Also rounds?
Doricad architectural style.
Yes, it is. Also rounds?
Auric and first name of Goldfinger.
Well done. Next category, phrases containing parts of a bicycle. Mercians?
Back in the saddle.
Yes, it is. Mercians?
Handlebar moustache.
Correct. Mercians?
Put the pedal to the metal.
Yes, it is. Also rounds?
That rings a bell.
Correct. Next category. First, second, third and fourth lines of different famous poems. Good luck. Also rounds?
"'Twas brillig and the slithy toves."
Correct. Also rounds?
That floats on high over vales and hills.
The second line of daffodils, exactly. Don't know this one. Too late. The bell's gone. Anyway, that is the third line of Yeats's Second Coming. Things fall apart, the centre cannot hold. But nothing's fallen apart here because all of these quizzes have played brilliantly. There is 1 point between them. I can tell you that the winners with 22 points and through to the final of this year's Only Connect are the Also-Rans. Oh, wow. Very well done. Mercians, you finish with 21. Even better, sailing to the third place playoffs. I mean, what more could you ask? So I congratulate all of you. Very well played. And thank you for watching Only Connect, the show that knows the difference between an abbreviation and an acronym. Don't get me started. Goodbye. So it's quite a close run thing as we go into the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on the buzzers, everyone. The first group of disguise clues are all duck, duck and goose. Suncatchers?
Daffy, Donald and Mother.
Correct. Mercians?
Mallard, Ida and Greylag.
Yes, it is. Mercians?
Count Duckula, Daisy and Nick Bradshaw.
Goose from Top Gun, that's right. Mercians?
Peking, Bombay and Canada.
Well done. Next category, opposites of countries. Mercians?
North Sudan.
Correct. Mercians?
Dominican Monarchy.
Instead of Dominican Republic. Suncatchers?
Polar Guinea.
Well done, instead of Equatorial Guinea. Mercians?
Peripheral African Republic.
Instead of Central. Next category, 3 authors merged. Mercians?
John Wyndham, Lewis Carroll.
Yes, it is. Suncatchers?
Henry James Joyce. No, sorry.
You don't know, Mercians, do you? Of course, it's Henry James Joyce Carroll Oates. You were shouting this, I know. But the bell has gone for the end of the quiz, so looking at the final scores, the winners and taking a triumphant third place in this year's Only Connect are the Mercians. You finish with 25. Suncatchers, you have 17. You finish 4th. Well done, all of you. Thank you so much for playing. And so, at last, after many months, it is finally decided, the all-important 3rd and 4th places. Thank you so much for watching the series. I tell you what, next week we're having a final, so if you're not doing anything, you might as well watch. Goodbye. How relaxing it isn't as we go into the last round to decide who will be the Only Connect champions of this series. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguise clues are all events from American history that didn't take place in a state. Also Rans?
Birth of George Washington.
Because Virginia wasn't a state when he was born. Also Rans?
Assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Washington, D.C. is not a state. Thrifters?
Attack on Pearl Harbor.
Hawaii wasn't a state at the time. Thrifters?
First moon landing.
And the moon isn't a state at time of recording. Next group, titles of songs where something is replaced by a rival. Thrifters?
Midnight.
At the harbour.
Not right, I'm afraid. Also rounds you know for a bonus.
Midnight at the...
Too long, it's Midnight at the Blur, rival of Oasis. Next clue. Also Rans.
Long-haired lover from Everton.
Rather than Liverpool. Thrifters?
The Batman.
Rather than the Joker. Drifters?
Joan Crawford eyes.
Instead of Betty Davis eyes. Next group, demonyms and what else they can be. Drifters?
The Scotsman and newspaper.
Well done. Drifters?
The Irishman and film.
Yes, it is. No time to tell me this one, which is the American and novel and film, because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. And if I can bear to open my eyes and look at the final scores, there's a 1 point difference. That means you all deserve this trophy. You've all been brilliant. But the winners and champions of this year's Only Connect with 19 points are the Thrifters.
Whoa. Oh my God.
And honourably retaining your team name, you can have it tattooed on in a brilliant second place with 18 points, the Also-Rans. Very well done to you.
Well done, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, all of you. Some absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you for playing. And thank you for watching. And at last, for the first time in a long time, we can finally have our magnificent closing ceremony. And this is why we don't need fireworks, we don't need musicians and dancers, because at last I can stand up, I can walk over to the winning team, we can shake hands in a moment of genuine warmth and human contact. Good night.
Victoria clearly getting ready for an appearance on her husband's new show, where 6 intrepid comedians spend a week living in the great outdoors with some hilarious challenges along the way. David Mitchell's Outsiders, brand new tomorrow night at 9 on BBC Two.